He's on. So, like, I remember the game where they turned up to Auckland and half an hour from the airport to the game. They had to start the game late, and he was on fire the whole game. So I think he let one in near the end of the game, and that was it. So he can be on fire when he wants to be on fire, but other games haven't gone his way, and he's let in goals which, you know, he'd probably sit there and look at and go, I want those ones back. But so it all depends on what James turns up tonight, and
that sounds about the same.
Yeah.
So this will be an interesting one. Also, the stream in Queenstown, the Admirals will be playing the Stampede tonight at the same time. That the result of that game, since they're in the 2-3 setup, will also play into this. So here we go. Let's get ready for some action here in Dunedin. Face-off won by the Thunder. They dump and throw it all the way around, and that goes over to Audis. Stays in the corner. Cycling with Hyde. Hyde takes an early shot, knocked aside with the blocker. Reason comfortable in that, and that's going to go all the way down. No call here for icing. That was deflected, and that is Blair collecting it for the Thunder.
I see Joe Orr there, hot on the forecheck.
He may know this building pretty well, yes.
I think he knows quite a lot of the players in green jerseys.
Audis dumps, and the Thunder go for a change. The Red Devils taking the chance to get a couple more out there as well. Pospisil lets that go as a funny bounce off the glass, and that goes back to Wamfer. And let's get this out of the way. Wamfer had a shout-out request. That's a new one for me.
Hey, look, we love our shout-outs down here in the south. And just want to say huge shout-out to Sue in Toronto, Ryan's mum, tuning in from Toronto. So that's pretty awesome that she can tune in and watch her boy play hockey on the other side of the world.
And her boy just dumped it into the Zamboni corner on the far side here. The Red Devils collect it. It goes out to neutral. It'll be offsides. But instead, the Thunder give it up, and Dan Nichols on the puck looking to pass that around. Off to Brown and back to Malinsky. Malinsky takes it up the right side, holds on to it, shot. That goes off the side netting. Malinsky gets it back, looks for some help, gets that pass out to the sideboards. Some traffic in front, but it's going to give a 3-on-3 to the Thunder. The Thunder come in. Talling's shot was deflected, never got there. Hopkins was in front of it, and he clears that out. Back to Lang. Lang looking for the long pass up to Jacob Carey. Jacob's first game this afternoon for the season for the Red Devils, just in from Canada himself. And a penalty coming up as, well, it was Jacob was hit, and it was after the puck had gone away, and there's going to be an interference call coming up. It wasn't Steitley, it was it's going to be Regan Wilson going for 2 minutes to give the Red Devils an early power play.
Yeah, look, it just was a wee bit late, and which just meant it ran that interference line, I believe, and just.
And a quick little adjustment by the linesman here, or to take this, the first power play unit out for the Red Devils, which means it's going to be Eden, Sysho, Pospisil, Brown, and Orr. Eden with it, looking for a pass in the middle. Pospisil collects it off the sideboards. Blair gets that out. He's going to send it not quite the length of the ice, but it's going to require the Red Devils reset. And looking for the clock on that. Minute 31 to go on the power play. Quick turnover by Orr. That's going to cost them a little bit more time. And that was a good forecheck by Noah Gregory there for the Thunder. Eden collects the puck, skating hard and looking to get the Devils started. That goes in onside. Brown collects it in the corner, chops at it. Wamfer also trying to get to it, but he doesn't. Goes out to the point. Eden with it. Switches sides. Pospisil. Back to Eden in the middle. Back to Pospisil. Far point. Skates in on the sideboards. Looking for a pass to Eden. 2 in front. Takes a shot off target. Rolls around, gets to Brown at the point. He holds it in. Turn to this Pospisil. He crosses the ice to Eden. Eden leaves it behind to Orr moving in. He's chopped at. 2 Thunder players get the puck away from him, and that goes out to neutral. Brown collects, and 31 seconds to go on the power play. And here comes Lang up the right side. Lang's one of our faster skaters here, and he holds the puck looking for some help, but that got knocked off his stick in the slot area. Goes all the way down. 14 seconds to go for the power play. That one goes out to Luke Tapin. Up to Carey. Stopped at the point. That's pretty much the end of the power play. It is. That was offsides, not by much, but it was hanging offside. So that's going to clear the penalty. We're going to start again 5-on-5 at the offside dot. So is that 15:48? I'm learning how to read this backwards, but you threw me off that 19:09 over there.
Sorry.
That's time.
That's just the time.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yes. So 15:48, I believe. It might be 12:48 for everyone at home. Who knows? We usually get the 2s and 5s round the wrong way down here.
And the reason for that is because the scoreboard's backwards for us.
Yes.
Thailand putting it out to Josh Lowe. Josh wearing the number 1 jersey. He's got the white number, and that's because his other sweater is collecting dust somewhere at home in Christchurch, I believe. I'm going to hear about this from Josh, but that's what happens when you tell the equipment manager you don't have your sweater. But he's got the puck. He's going to look around, and now we don't have to worry about that little comment anymore. Back to Josh once again as he looks to get set up. The Thunder doing a good job of kind of getting in front of everything. Dallimore looking for the long pass. And that's Wilson getting to it first in the corner. Wilson trying to tie things up. That goes out to the point. Shot glove down, but that was kind of a big rebound. Hopkins is going to go collect this. And pretty much everybody else goes over the boards. Long pass, that's deflected, no icing coming up here. Hayden Bull on the forecheck, but Ellis knocks it out. Looks for the long pass. Goes out to Gregory, but that's turned over. And a shot on Moore. Moore just giving up another one off the glove. This time he holds on to it and stops play on the shot by Bull. So first impressions, Jamin, as far as how things are progressing tempo-wise. This looked like a normal approach?
Yeah. I guess the Thunders had to kill a penalty. The Red Devils have had a few good opportunities on that power play, but haven't capitalised on anything. And so, but the momentum, no one's really running away with momentum on possession or zone time kind of thing. So,
and Ellis giving Malinsky a hard time in the defensive zone. The Red Devils trying to work their way out with the we call them the check line with Lang and Malinsky. Lang's going to push on the puck there, but the Thunder break out there. Ellis getting in the way, but Gregory dumping and chasing, but he's got 3 Red Devils over there, and that's Dan Nichols knocking that out to Malinsky. Not out of the zone yet. Now it's flipped out, and Lang's all alone here. Lang's going to take a shot if he can. He's held up. Good defense by, that was Morgan Blair with an excellent play against Lang, preventing any kind of a reasonable shot. Up to Audis. Audis gets it to neutral. That's off to Hyde. Hyde gets it ripped off his stick by Nichols, thrown in. Malinsky can't hold on to it, so they're going to go for a change. The Red Devils shift changes happening more frequently than normal. Lewis with it. The Thunder taking a shot. That's sticked aside. Pospisil up to Orr. Orr gains the zone. Orr leaves it. Pospisil with a shot. That is knocked to the side. It's a good shot, but didn't get by James Moore there. Another one in front. That wasn't a shot, but it did get to the crease. And the Red Devils are swarming around here. Reese with it. Mason Reese holding on to it and skating it forward. He leaves that puck behind, but to one of his teammates, and that's Pospisil getting it over Back to Reese. Reese gains the, no he doesn't. That's tipped away right on the blue line. Talon in the corner, he gets a shot. Reason knocks it aside. That's held in the zone by Wanfer. Talon with a shot, not on target, hits the side netting. And that's knocked around and into the corner here for Talon. Talon double teamed, and that's pulled away by Reese. And that goes out to neutral. Audis gets it back to Talon. Talon gets a shot. Glove save. That was knocked down, but another rebound by Reason. And Orr looking for the long pass up to Jacob Carey. He knocks that off his stick. He doesn't have it. Leaves it behind. And Hopkins has to collect it in the corner. Hopkins has it. Passes it around. Wamfer gets that as it's deflected at neutral, and Wamfer skates around. The Thunder looking to set up. Ellis with it. Ellis whiffs on that pass, but brings it in the zone. Overskates it again. Goes into the corner. Hopkins giving him a hard time over there. And that's turned over. The Red Devils looking for a 2-on-2 here. Hayden Boole takes that up to, not sure who's in the double nickel there at the moment. And the Thunder get another opportunity, 2-on-3. Can't get a shot off. Knocked around the goal. Jackson Flight with it in the corner. Tries to get it out in the crease area, but that's knocked aside. And that puck hangs out at the point for a bit. Tristan Darling knocks it in. Blocker knocking it aside. It wasn't on target, but keeps it in play in the corner. Three of the Thunder in that corner, but the Red Devils get that out. And that's going to go back to neutral. Dallimore chasing Blair up to Darling. Darling looking for a pass, gets it up to Ellis. Ellis looking for help. No, he's going to take a shot. Glove save by Reason.
Well,
quite a passage of play there.
Yeah, that was a lot of opportunity, or a lot of zone time for the Phoenix Thunder there. They had a couple of opportunities, but then the Devils had a couple of opportunities on the rush going the other way too. So
it's interesting to see that it's the counterattack that's been most effective thus far, although that's not to say that there hasn't been a great opportunity yet, just some good ones. And nothing converted as we're 0-0 halfway through this first period still. Gallimore with it at neutral. He's holding on to it. All 5 Thunder players back. And that gets turned over. Lewis has it, gains the zone, leaves it behind, but goes right back to Dallimore. Dallimore passes it up, goes past Brown. And that gets dumped around. Audis looking at it, does not go for icing there. And Nichols leaves it behind for Anton Perver, the captain. Off to Brown. And forward to Malinsky. Malinsky with a low shot, 5-hole opportunity, but he doesn't get it back in time. And 2 shots for Malinsky, but nothing past Moore yet. Low on defense here as he takes it away right off Audis' stick as he's trying to pass it, but Audis gets it back. Ian Audis skating around, looking for some help. Leaves it out in front, but that's going to get turned over. 2-on-2 opportunity, Lang and Malinsky. Lang brings it in the zone, gets it to Malinsky, but Malinsky can't do anything with it. Goes off its post here. That should stop play once somebody sees it. Well, no, Moore puts it back and nobody notices, so we continue on here. Shot attempt by Connor Rolfe, but Rolfe can't get anything on it. He gets knocked down, and the Red Devils get another opportunity. Lang's going to chase this one down. No icing here. And Hopkins can't hold that in as 3 Thunder players converge on Hodge. Back to Hopkins. Hopkins with his eyes up, looking for the pass. Up to Tappan. Tappan gains the zone. He's going to take a shot, rips it at Moore, but right in the middle of the gear. Moore with a save and a stop in play. 8 minutes and 4 seconds to go in this first. And things are fairly even so far, Jamie.
Fairly even, but plenty of action, which is good to see. The Thunder's getting it in and going, winning the battles in the corners in the zone, but then Christchurch are coming out with speed. Once they get it out, they come out with speed. So
Flight wins that face-off, but Eden holds on to it. He's still got it. He's knocked down. He's in the corner. 3 players near him, but he's holding on to it. He gets that pass squirted through up to Orr. Orr skates behind, circles back. Flight there. Back to Orr. Orr still fighting off to keep the puck. Holds on to it. Switches sides. Out to tap in. Long shot deflected. And another shot deflected and a goal. Orr with the score. 1-0 the score for the Red Devils. Moore letting that two deflections get in front of him, and that rebound gets dumped behind him.
Yeah, the rebounds coming out like that. You got to cover them, or you got to have your D there clearing them out of the zone. So
now that's a big momentum shift, because like you were saying before, it had been generally even and generally not some good opportunities. That one was just 2 spills right in a row, and you can't keep doing that. And Moore gives up a goal, and Carey's got it. Another shot, another goal. Jacob Carey doubling the score for the Red Devils. Moore had no idea what was coming at him.
No, that was quick work by Jacob Carey there. Just straight off the face-off, got the puck, went round the D, and top corner.
I think that was, I'm not sure, but I want to say 9 seconds between goals. That was fast. I might even say we have to look that up to see if that's a team record.
Yes.
That was amazing. Jacob Carey's going to stay out there, because why not? It's not like he's done a whole lot. He just scored. And Talon throwing that in. The Red Devils picking that up. And 2-0 the score. The Thunder down early. It was a pretty even matchup as we were going along. And suddenly the offense breaks out for the team from Christchurch. That's going to go all the way down for an icing. It'll be Dan Nichols there first. And no changes coming up for the Thunder.
While there's an icing, I'm going to take an opportunity to throw some sponsors out there and thank them. So we want to thank Phoenix Organics for the naming sponsors of the Phoenix Thunder. Dunedin Ice Stadium, Kia Photos, Battery Town, ProFlow Plumbing and Gas, Liquorland Andy Bay, Anytime Fitness Dunedin, More Drain Laning, and Swift Contracting. Thank you to all the sponsors that sponsor the Thunder. And if you want to sponsor the Thunder next season, get in touch, because the Green Machine needs you to keep going.
Perver back to Dallimore. Perver won that face-off, and Dallimore played it back and forth. Perver gets it again. He throws it up and stays in the zone. Dallimore with a shot that goes up and out of play as Moore gets a deflection on it. It was a little shaky.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not an earthquake.
No, that was Connor climbing the scaffold.
Yeah, we're up a little high here. We're right next to the camera, and boy, when anything moves here, boy, I tell you, you can feel it.
Yeah, it's fun, but best seats in the house.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Shot by the Red Devils there. That's knocked down. Reese with a second shot. That's deflected away. Dallimore getting it in front again. Third shot. That stays behind, and that's up to Ellis as the Thunder try to clear that. Lowe grabs it, though. Stays in the corner. Gregory with it around the corner, and that goes off to Jackson Flight. He tries to skate it out himself, but that's knocked backwards. Dallimore forechecking, but the Thunder finally get something set up here. That's sent around to Ellis from Blair. Ellis throws it forward looking for the long pass, but that goes in front of Gregory. He gets there in time to cancel the icing. Shot on reason. He sticks it away. And the Red Devils skate that out of the zone. That goes up to Malinsky. Malinsky with a cut, shot, and second shot. They're looking for a goal here. The puck did get behind. The net was off the moorings, but it's going to be a decision for the referee to decide whether or not that was in play or was knocked off by an offensive player. It looks like it's not going to stand here. No light either. I didn't see a goal light, did you?
No light. I just saw arms up by Lang, and he thought it went in.
Well, they always think it goes in, right?
But he needed his other boys to sell it with him.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And accordingly, it is going to go out to neutral, so that It may have gone in, but they did deem it to be an offensive obstruction of the goal coming off there. So the Thunder win that face-off. And Paris Hyde throws it into the corner, but it'll be Logan Willis to collect that. Sends it around to the far corner, at least far corner for us. Depends on where you're sitting, I guess. And that's in front, the shot. And it was Hyde trying to get past Reason as he had an opportunity, but just an unfortunate position for him. Shot and a goal from the point. Out of absolutely nothing, Charlie Lilly getting a shot that looked like it was slightly deflected as it came in and gets it past Reason.
I think Hyde was in front screening, but the reaction from Hyde says that it's Charlie Lilly's goal.
I don't think he got the deflection. I think he was just in front of Reason and never saw it.
And Reason didn't see a thing coming in, and it just makes its way to the back of the net. That puts the Thunder straight back in this. You know?
Yeah, that cuts the lead in half. 2-1 the score.
Lilly will be happy with that. He's now up to 2 goals this season. That's 2 more than any other season he's had with the NZIHL. So
Eden with a pass gets knocked aside, but he gets it back and it goes back to neutral, but turned over to the Thunder. The Thunder try to throw it in, but it's knocked away by the referee's skates. Back to Nichols. Nichols with a long pass, but Hyde's there first. Nichols knocks it away from Hyde, and that goes up to Orr. Orr throws it in. He's checked into the boards. Audis with it. As he gets the puck in, it goes back to Hyde. Hyde's going to skate this one out. Nichols on him. Nichols looking, but he passes past him. And that is a good job upending, I think it was Lewis, Jack Lewis there, with a good hip check and a turnover. That's pulled back by Hyde. He's going to hold on to it and chuck it right on to Reason. He gloves it and pushes it aside, allowing the Thunder to get a full change here. And that stays in the corner. That's a dangerous option for the Thunder, and a try to a wraparound there. Talon not able to get around in time, and a good hit there by Rolf on Jacob Carey. Carey has clearly caught the attention of the Thunder here. And Orr getting and digging that puck out. That goes up. Got cleared. I don't know how it missed all the scoreboards up there, but it did. And the Thunder have that puck. That's go out to Talon. He's going to look for a long pass. Deflected and picked up in the neutral zone. And that shot was deflected on the way in. Connor Rolfe not really able to get any mustard on that shot, but the Red Devils are happy to pick it up in the corner and move that out. That goes up to Carey. Carey's got it, gains the zone, 3-on-3, and that's a good defensive play there. I think it was Regan Wilson getting a shin on that shot, and then another shot by Ellis. Sorry, not Hyde, that was Ellis, and that gets deflected. Ellis still has it. Back to Flight. Flight sends that through, not on target. Kept in at the point by Lilly. And they dig it out in the corner. The Thunder looking to find Flight in front. Reese with the defense, and Lowe getting that out of the corner. That one's deflected and up and out of play for a face-off. See, I don't think that... you know what? I'm going to make a text while we're on air and just find out who 55 is, because I think I know who it is, but I don't want to start calling somebody who, I mean, maybe you got it on paper. Do you have it?
Jansen Middleton.
Middleton, okay.
Yes.
So Jansen Middleton is normally number 20, so there you go. There's 55. That's the result there. Thank you for the research and the quality control, Jamin. Appreciate it. Sideshow knocking it back behind Reason's net there. And Hyde trying to fight for that puck, but Tapping gets that out. Tapping going to pull it aside again and gets it to George Hopkins. Hopkins gets it into the corner, but Hyde looking for a pass in front. Nobody home for the Thunder, and that's going to get skated in. It's going to be Sideshow who spins around, leaves it for Dallimore. Dallimore looking for some help as he's triple teamed. It goes in front to Lang, but Lang doesn't hold that one. Lang to Sideshow. Back to Sideshow. He holds on to the puck. Again, double team. That puck goes flipping up in the air. And Hopkins has to backtrack on Audis. And Lewis and Audis team up for the Thunder there. Tappan knocking the puck away just in time. And Saisho trying to clear it but can't. Thunder continue on this. And it'll be Hopkins looking for the pass to Lang as he's knocked over by Darling. He's kind of pushed off of the puck, but the Thunder deal with it. Shot. Rolf is just taking a kind of a I need a break shot and puts it in Dan Reason's glove, and you get a stop play.
Hey, look, it's sometimes that's the play of get it in deep on the goalie, get him to cover it, and get the offensive face-off.
Yeah, under 2 minutes to go, and the shot total has actually kind of come right, which fits with what's been happening here. The Red Devils were really on it the first 10 minutes. Then they got those 2 goals, and then it has backed off for the last 5 minutes. It's been all Thunder. But the Thunder just getting that 1 goal back, and Lang with it now. He's going to skate through center ice. He passes it up to Malinsky. Malinsky didn't have his stick for a moment, so that's turned over to Darling. Darling walks that out. Tristan Darling looking for a pass. That gets just as far as Nichols, and it's going to get picked up by Malinsky for just a moment and then knocked back out to Sean Brown. Lang has it. Check line out again. Lang holds it. Gets it in front, and an ever so close opportunity for Lachlan Hodge as he dumps it right onto Moore. But Moore doing a great job dealing with that across the crease. That was a save of the game, maybe.
Yeah,
that was outstanding.
That was athletic, that one. He really had to stretch.
Brown getting that up to neutral, and Lang with the puck yet again, but he's going to come up the left side this time looking for some help, but he's double teamed. And this does seem to be the strategy here for the early defense. It is double the puck everywhere you go by the Thunder. And so far, the Red Devils are having a little bit of a time adjusting to it. And as they do, that pass is turned over to Hyde. Hyde's going to come in, but he was deemed offside. Didn't see who was the other player in that situation, but Paris Hyde gets that turnover and then suddenly has to stop.
Yeah, from where I was sitting, I'd like to see a replay on that.
I would too.
I thought the player coming out of the zone he really put the jets on to try and get over that blue line in time. So,
but it was deemed offsides. That's how I like to say it, and that is going to end the first period. 2-1 the score in favor of the Canterbury Red Devils ahead of the Phoenix Dunedin Thunder. We'll get there eventually. The Phoenix Thunder surrendering the 2 goals within 9 seconds of each other, but getting one back towards the end of the period, leaving us a very intriguing hockey game here. This has been good and fast and high tempo and well played thus far. One penalty.
One penalty, yep. And, everything's been pretty clean. Like, there hasn't been that many offsides or icings. It's been...
Yeah, very sharp hockey tonight.
Yeah.
It's been a good game.
It's. I think both teams would be happy with the way they're playing. You can't really be disappointed. Yeah, the 2 goals in 9 seconds hurts.
Yeah.
And the goal that your goalie unfortunately didn't see the whole way in hurts. But when you look at the big picture, the whole period, it's been pretty good from both sides.
Lily's shot was pretty much the longest shot you can take inside your zone, and it just got right through there. So good on him. It happens, and sometimes you just don't see the puck before it's behind you. So anyway, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna kind of defer to you because I've not been here.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of people in bubbles. So
yep, cool. So this is what we call Zorb hockey.
Okay.
So they have the Zorbs on them, they have shin pads on, and they have a makeshift bigger puck, which is probably a similar size to a soccer ball, but it's the shape of a puck. And they try to kick it into the nets either end. So this is, I guess we're bringing this out because the FIFA Women's World Cup's been on.
Yeah,
so
very nice.
Why not mix a bit of, this is similar, except it's on ice and you can bash into people.
It is similar, except it is completely not similar.
Oh, yeah.
That is something. Oh, my.
Yes, so
wow.
It's a bit of entertainment. So this is Zorb hockey. And and
it's a goal.
It's a goal already.
The pink team wins.
The pink team. I don't know.
They didn't win. They just got a goal.
I don't know which team the pink team is. I've got from the back Mac Bay Venturers, Mila, Heather, and Hadley. And then at various places around Dunedin, we've got David, Ben, and Hamish. So they seem to be putting it all on the line for this game of Zorb hockey. So
I wasn't expecting to see somebody lay down for a shot to try to block it already. I mean, that is intense. I should probably try to make fun of something here, but it actually is pretty wildly entertaining.
It's great. We have a mad wizard that comes up with that entertainment in between periods, Dave Richards. He also helps with the management of the Thunder themselves. And yeah, this is quite an intense game, because when you just run full speed at someone, they go go flying. So
charging's not a thing.
No,
of course not.
I think the whistles are quite well secured in the ref's pocket. So
well, that's something. I think that's 2 goals to none.
2 goals. They weren't 9 seconds apart though, so
no, that would be a record. Given what this is. Yeah, that is amazing.
Right. Ref, they have called, the ref has called the game, but a couple of players are still wanting to
fall over several ways.
Yeah.
I imagine that's going to be noticeably painful in the morning, but it's probably outstanding in the evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the goals look like they're going to get moved back, and it looks like there's going to be a Zamboni that goes out there. That's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Well, the ice gets cut up, so let's get a fresh set of ice out there, and we'll be back in 11 minutes and 20 seconds.
All right.
So I'm going to go find myself a beverage, and everyone at home can probably do the same. If you're in Dunedin and you want to get out of the house, come down. You got 11 minutes to come catch the second period down here.
Yeah, and it's going to be a good one.
It should be.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
And then the return goal, 1441, Paris Hyde from Lily and Otis. It is Paris Hyde's goal.
They have given it to Paris Hyde.
And
all right.
And with that, let's start second period action here in Dunedin. Jackson Flight losing that face-off to Orr. That's turned around. Remember, the short benches for this second period. Reese pulled around, but the Red Devils get the puck here. That's sent out to Sisho. Orr. He comes up the right side. The left side. Everything's turned around in this building. It is a bit disorienting. Pospisil with a shot. And then another shot. That was knocked aside by Eden, but I think that actually caught post in a quick opportunity for the Red Devils. Reese with the dump forward. They get that in the zone. Passed aside, but it's cut off by the Thunder. Turn around. Eden looking for that pass again, but it'll be Lily cutting that off and dumping it down. Brown to collect. The Thunder taking an early change here, although it's not too early. It's 40 seconds. Malinsky with it, and they're going to call him offsides as he took that puck in a little bit too early. So quick shift there, and the Thunder, it is pretty quick right out of the gate, being only 40 seconds or so, skating hard and going quick, and then it looks like they're trying to save their legs a little bit to be more intense.
Yeah, look, that was the first shift of the period, so.
Hyde loses that one, but the Thunder get it back up to Lewis. Lewis is held up at the blue line, and Malinsky gets the puck for the Red Devils, passes it back to Hodge. Hodge lets it go. Lang gets it. Lang looking for a pass. Instead, he dumps, and that's not going to be icing, even though he's behind the red line, because Malinsky's there first. Malinsky looking for a pass out, but that goes directly up to Lewis. Hyde has it. They come in 3-on-1. Nichols having to defend across the crease, but it was Ian Otis not able to get home in time. Another shot from the far point. That's just casually knocked aside, and it does not go out of the zone. Nichols and Brown are going to have to play that again. Ooh. Hyde with it, and Hyde goes down. Penalty going to be called here. Not sure who got who on this one, though, Jamin. I'm not sure how this is going to be called.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be on Hyde, but as he was on the outside and he went down second.
Yeah, Hyde and Nichols both going off.
But yeah,
but I don't know who's going to the box.
That's
It is Hyde. Yes, it is.
Hyde. Yeah, I just saw him. Nichols just fell awkwardly, and it scared me a wee bit because it's those awkward falls that hurt the most. It's not the big hits and stuff. It's the awkwardness when you go down. So I hope he's all right.
And that is a power play for the Red Devils that's going to get sent all the way down. Ellis plays the forecheck, so Reason gets rid of it, gives it to Pospisil. He sends it back around, and the Red Devils trying to get set up here. Flight is going to get there and kill some time as well. The Thunder taking some precious time off this. It's already down to 1:37. Sysho and Pospisil trying to dig this one out away from Ellis. And Brown's going to get there. He passes it up, and the Red Devils get set up for this power play. Passed over to Sysho. Sysho can't pull the trigger, or has it. He sends it back to the blue line. Brown can't hold on to it. They're going to get a 2-on-2 option here for the Thunder. A shot, but that's knocked down. Ellis or Flight not able to get that one through, and it's going to come up the left side. This one's going to be Orr gaining the zone, holding up, looking for a pass, but that's knocked away immediately. Goes on target all the way down to Reason. And the Red Devils not really getting much on this power play. Great defense by the penalty kill so far. They're doing a great job with just 20 seconds to go on the man advantage. Hayden Bull with it now for the Red Devils. Skates behind Reason, leaves it for Lang. Lang spins and loses the puck off his stick, but he gets it back. Comes in 4-on-3. 32 seconds to go on the power play. Shot in front, and that is knocked aside. Moore with it. The scoreboard got me again. It was 50 seconds, not 20. It is so hard to read this thing backwards in real time. Anyway, Carey with a shot, low runner, and that was not, it was destined for a 5-hole, but it was kicked aside at the last second by Moore. Tappan holding, looking for some help. Up to Carey again, that gets passed aside. Malinsky with a quick turn. Looking for Tappan in the middle, and then he passes to the point. Lang with it. That is the goalie smacking his stick, saying it's almost over. Lang with a shot. Carey looking, trying to get a wrap around, trying to get something on that, but that is going to end the penalty for the Thunder. The power play getting one shot here, and that's about it. That was a very good penalty kill by the Thunder.
They killed the penalty in the right end of the rink there. They killed it down in the Red Devils' defensive zone, so they're not much of a threat when they're in their defensive zone.
Perver wins that face-off, goes out to Josh Lowe, takes a shot just wide. Another shot, and Moore holds on to it. There was some consideration, but for a second that Sysho didn't see it, and he put his arms up. But very optimistic team today. That's twice. But you like the optimism, at least I do.
Yes, you got to be.
You have to. That puck's got to go behind him at some point. Perver's going to take this one, and he wins that face-off. Back to Dallimore. Dallimore just over the crossbar, hits the plexiglass first. Held in by Reese twice. Reese with a pass in front. Dallimore the shot, just missed it. That almost got own goal in there as Moore is completely on his backside. Dallimore with another shot, but that gets deflected. Lowe's going to have to chase this one down. Otherwise, it's going to be an opportunity for it. It is a shot for the Thunder, but they can't get it off. That was, I think it was Ian Audis with that opportunity. Wilson keeps it in up to Steitley. Steitley can't hold on to it. That goes to Talon. Back to Wilson. He holds it out high. That gets passed across the ice and turned over. Dallimore up the ice, 1-on-3. He gets that puck pulled right off of him. The Red Devils not able to change because of it. And then that's going to get dumped in by Sysho as the Red Devils look to get fresh legs. It's an interesting, Anton Perver not getting up right away, and Steitley gets that pulled right off him at the blue line there by Chris Eden. Orr brings it in. Eden has it in the corner. He's looking for a pass. No, he moves around, looking for Pospisil in the middle. Can't find him. And Dan Nichols to skate back and pick that up. The Thunder go for another change, with the exception of Ellis holding on to that forecheck. Brown throwing it in. Orr throwing it in. Back to Eden. A bit of a longer shift for the Red Devils as they continue on this offense. They just can't get caught here. Gregory with it. Gregory's going to come in 3-on-3. Stays outside but looks for the pass in front. That's deflected off a skate. 2 shots. Reason knocking it aside. Thunder hold it. And that's turned back to the Red Devils. Eden looking for a long pass. That gets intercepted in the middle of the ice. Where that was Wanfer with that. And Thunder bring that in. Gregory once again up the right side. He gets knocked off the puck by Nichols, but that gets over to Ellis. Ellis holds on to the puck, stays behind the net, looks for a flight. Can't get it to him. That's popped up by Joe Orr, goes out of play and goes for a face-off.
There was some fast action amongst that.
It's a lot of fast action, yeah.
Wow, what a game.
6.5 minutes gone by. Did you notice that?
Not at all.
It's a blink.
Yeah, there was at one moment, there was a few collisions over in front of the Red Devils bench. I couldn't even take note of what was happening because the rest of the game was happening so quick. So.
Yeah, and it was during the shift change where they're on the, obviously second period, they're on the long shifts with the benches on the opposite sides. So they kind of all seemed to run into each other while they were trying to make those changes by both teams. Shot. Thunder get that knocked aside. Get a number for you in a second here. I think that was, it was Lewis again with that shot. He cycles it, but that's turned back to Boole. And Tappan has it. Tappan holds. Tappan goes, behind the net, and he gets double teamed again. And Carey with it. Back to Boole. Boole gets rubbed out on that corner. And the Thunder hold it in at the point. That shot's off to the right. Stays out. And the Red Devils clear it to neutral, but it's going to come right back in. Tap in there first. No, he's not. Hyde comes in from the other side. Gets it in front, but knocked away for the defenders in front of the net there and helping Reason out. That gets sticked aside. And the Red Devils finally break one out here. Jacob Carey with a shot that's deflected off a stick, up and out of play. Good defense by Jack Lewis, lifting just enough of that puck out of play.
Yeah, wow. This is there's some pretty fast-paced action here. Thunder had a few good chances just then. But once again, the Red Devils come back out of that zone with speed going the other way.
And obviously this is the biggest rink in the country. At least it feels like it to me, but it is official. And then that's Mason Reese with it as he goes to neutral. And that's taken right back out. Talon holding on to it. Talon going behind the net. Looks for a pass in front, but no luck there. And that's Nick Lang passing that to Malinsky. Malinsky holds on to it, spins, looks for a pass to Hodge. Hodge's stick was lifted there. There's a call from the bench to say where's the call, but Red Devils not going to get one there. And the Thunder continue on. Talon with a close play. He's on the forecheck, but that goes up to Lang. Lang comes up the left, looking at goal. He's held up by Wolf, and that goes into the corner. Lang gets it back to Brown. Brown with it. He skates around a player, leaves it back. He was trying to get Nichols, but he just passes that out of the zone, and the Red Devils reset. A couple of changes. Eden back out on the ice. They pass it up to him. That goes back to Lang. Up to Brown. And the Thunder get it out to neutral, but back to the Red Devils. Some interesting changes as far as the personnel with Eden, Lang, and Malinsky out there. Eden with a shot. Moore knocking that aside. Another good opportunity there, but just a little too inside on that shot. It was on goal, though. And Eden can't get Flight to get that knocked to his side, but when he takes a shot, Brown gets a stick on it and gets up out of play to stop with 11:19 to go here in the second period. So, thought process here, Jamin. It's just, it's a lot to take in, isn't it?
There's so much going on. It's just, I'm even trying to just kind of work out who's on the ice with each shift, and it's just the shifts are short and fast. And
the Red Devils aren't helping you because they are changing up a little bit on the fly.
Yeah, and I noticed the Thunder do a wee bit of the same, and then some have longer shifts, some have shorter shifts. Thunder have got Adam Steitley playing on the wing tonight, who's usually D.
Yep.
He's usually a pretty solid D2, so...
Yeah, an interesting choice. Shot by Pospisil. That goes up over and into the glass. Tappan collects that, goes into the corner. Orr's got it. Orr passes, but that's intercepted. Back to Tappan. He holds it in at the point, but he gives that up for a moment. Gregory has it. He's looking for a pass. Gregory trying to break out. Orr on his stick. Goes up to Ellis. Ellis looking for a pass, but that goes into the corner, bounces around. The Red Devils get a hold of that, and Orr looking for a friend to pass that out. He skates it himself, takes it straight up the zone, takes a shot, knocked aside. And that bounces out to neutral. Thunder with a 2-on-2 here. Gregory has it. He's going to get a third person in there. Shot, and that is knocked aside into the corner. Wamford doing what he can to put that behind the net. Out to Hyde. Hyde has it at the point. Hyde low shot in. Reason can't see it, but he does get a hold of it. I guess he did see it because he did glove that, but he had a lot of traffic in front by the Thunder there.
Yeah, a lot of traffic, and that's how they got their goal earlier. So
it is.
You know, that worked obviously. So let's try it again.
Go back to it again.
Let's keep doing what's working. So and you can see there is things that are working for both sides that I think they're going to try and keep doing what's working.
I think that's a pretty clear statement of intent. Blair with it, keeping it inside for the Thunder. Dumped in by Audis. Ian Audis sending it around, but that goes into the Red Devils traffic. Lowe with it. Josh Lowe. Sorry, still thrown off by the number 1 out there. He's normally 24. Passed in by Blair, but close enough to Reason for him to glove it and stop play. So we're halfway through the second period. No goals so far in the second. Still 2-1 the score. But
the score is the same. I had talking to fans in between periods.
Oh, yeah.
There was lots of score predictions going around, and a few of them thought that there would be a few more goals by now. So I think the adjustments have been very quick by both teams. I know they're trying to do the same things, but defensively I think they've done a better job of adjusting to the other team's tactics so far. Thunder with a 3-on-3 here. Passed in front, shot. Reason doesn't see it, but he knocked it aside. Audis continues the play. Shot, that's missed just on the outside by Darling. And Lang leaves it behind, comes off his stick, but he gets it back. And he passes that forward up to Malinsky, but he is hassled by Tristan Darling, and that goes up out of play to stop and get a neutralized faceoff. There was a couple dangerous chances there. There was Reason that really well. Paris was looking for, so Hyde was looking for Audace the whole time coming in, and he got it, and Reason read that and shut him down on that back door.
Jansen Middleton bringing it up the left side. He's taking a shot. That's just easily kicked this side by Moore. But that stays in the zone. That's Hopkins throwing it back around, and the Red Devils continue on here. Carey with it. He's dumped over. No call there. It's Samson Middleton again. And then Carey getting just physically knocked around. It seems to be a point of emphasis for the Thunder to put a lot of physicality on him. Bull with it. And that's turned back over. And that was Connor Rolfe finally getting one back. Jacob Carey absolutely tearing him apart. If that was on the video, take the opportunity to see that instant replay or back that up, because Jacob Carey just gave a North American straight-up hit on Connor Rolfe, and he's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Sorry, I've just been getting some information from home, but that's for later.
Okay.
But yeah, fun fact. Can we do, while the refs are talking about we have the going gag down here, that when the refs get to talk about, they're usually just reminding each other that they've got to put the pies in the pie warmer in between periods.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're more they're quite concerned about the pies.
Okay.
So it's all usually when they come together and talk. So if we ever see the refs talking, that's usually what it's about.
Yeah, I think that had to do with that hit personally. Shot low and kicked aside. Or getting that over to Eden, and then it's going to be Reese getting it up to Eden. Pospisil's shot that's deflected up and out of play as well for a defensive faceoff for the Thunder. Yeah, the you wonder what they're talking about, but I get the feeling that that particular hit really woke up the referee staff here, because that was not for play. That was a serious hit, and if people do that wrong, people get hurt, and that's what they want to make sure this doesn't get out of control quickly. Out to the point, the Red Devils hold on to that puck, but it's turned over and passed up to Gregory. Reese gets it away from him and gets it to Dan Reason. Reason puts his glove on it and gets a stop for a face-off in the defensive end for the Devils. So 21-20 on the shots. It's quite easy to see it now because it's all backwards. It says 5 and 15. Don't ask.
Yeah.
But about 8 minutes to go here in this second period. No goals in this period, so it's still 2-1 for the Red Devils. Lowe trying to get that away. That goes through the crease, and Gregory just not able to do anything with it as Mason Reese keeps him off. Lilly with a shot pass, kind of a slap pass there. Another shot that goes ringing around, but does stay in. Gregory has it at the midboards. Taken off of him by Eden, and that's going to go up to Orr. Orr holds on to the puck, 2-on-2 for the Red Devils here. Orr looking for a pass. Instead he shoots it, goes in past Pospisil. He still has the puck. Back to Orr in the middle. He loses that, and that goes off to Wamfer, up to Gregory, but kept in as Gregory can't do anything with it. And that is blocker to side. Orr's shot stays in play. A whiff in the corner as they try to clear it, but the Thunder not able to do so. Brown has it, 3-on-2 still. He's going to skate in, take a shot. No, he passes it. He tried to get it to Eden, but missed the tape, and the Thunder reset. I think if they had that over again, I think Orr would take that shot. That puck bouncing around. Brown with it now. Gets it back at the blue line to Nichols. Stays in, and boy, is Justin Seisho just really taking a lot of effort to get off the ice. He does so. The Thunder with the puck. Now they're going to go for some changes. Dan Nichols has it, but Seisho does not look in a good way over there.
No, he couldn't put any weight on his right foot, I think.
It looked like his right foot, yeah, right boot.
Hope he's all right. Hope it's just a stinger or...
Hyde throwing that into Lewis. Lewis can't hold on to it. Gets pulled away from him by Brown, but it goes out to neutral. Sent back in. That's offside. They've tagged up. Nichols has it. Passes it to Malinsky. Malinsky looking to break that out to Lang. Lang coming in the left. Gains the zone. Holds on to it. Goes between two players. Can't get a pass or a shot. That does go back to the crease, but nobody home. And the Thunder break that out. Lewis with it and Blair, but they're going to get it to Hyde. Hyde gets it in front to Otis. Back to Lewis. And back out 2-on-1, 3-on-1 developing for the Red Devils here. Pass to Malinsky. Malinsky with a shot right in the middle of the gear. Hits him in the D on the shirt and comes back out. Hyde with it. Comes in 1-on-3. Knocked aside. And that puck left behind. Instead, Hyde turns around, goes right at the goal, 1-on-3. Reason knocks it behind. Out to Otis. So Otis sends it the length of the ice. And it's going to be Allen to collect that. Allen moving that forward. Knocked around. Wilson kind of upending Jansen Middleton there. And that puck is going to float its way out to neutral. Tappan has it. The Red Devils continue with possession and try to set up, but they keep backing up. Bull's got it. He's going to pass it. It gets immediately tapped aside. Allen with it. Allen with a low shot. Reason holds on to it as he gave up a small rebound, but then puts his glove on it, stops play, and we get a face-off with less than 4 minutes to go in this second period.
Yeah, Stitley was coming in hot for that rebound, so
it was indeed.
It was good for Reason to cover that up, make sure that it wasn't going anywhere.
And with that, it's going to be, I think it's Talon to take this one. Yeah, it was Talon, and the Red Devils come up with a puck after that face-off off to Dallimore. He's got it for a moment. And the Red Devils need to get out of their zone a little bit more efficiently here as they continue to have problems getting out of their back third this afternoon. They do it generally. They're not turning it over, but they're just having a heck of a time getting any speed into the neutral zone. And just like that, Monk and Perver and Reese going back and forth in a triangle here over on the left side. That's just digging and digging. They have found gold, and Stitley has it as he passes it. It was all the way to Challoner, but gets picked off by Lowe. Josh Lowe holding on to it. Being hounded by Wanfer. And Reese ends up with it, goes into the corner. Sam Mark digging away at it. Turned over to Paris Hyde. Paris with a good move. Hyde looking to get a wraparound. He can't get there in time. Reason's in front. 3 or 4 stabs at it, but no shots in on Reason. They just keep piling up, but the puck doesn't move much. Well, that's okay by Paris Hyde. He passes it. That shot's knocked up and away from the goal. Tristan Darling just not able to get that on target. Hyde's got it again. Blair, low shot in, just behind the post. And Orr was about to come away with it, but it gets passed back to Hyde again. And that stick lift on Flight was in the perfect time for the Red Devils defensively. Mark getting knocked over. But Dallimore is going to take it 1-on-2 in the left, try to get some fresh ice or fresh legs on for the Red Devils. Dallimore continues to hold, continues to skate. All 5 players back for the Thunder. But the puck stays with Chris Eden and then Orr. And Nichols has it at the point. Nichols trying to keep it in, but the Thunder digging away. Penalty coming up here, and it's going to be against the Thunder, and that will stop play as it was going to be a breakout for Jack Lewis, but I think you're going to see a slash called, if I'm not mistaken, against William Ellis. We'll see if that's officially what they call it.
Yeah, it might actually be on Lewis. Ellis has gone to the bench.
Oh, he went to the bench. You're right.
I thought it was on Lewis down here by the boards. So.
Ellis, Lewis.
Yeah, close enough.
A lot of the same letters. Let's just go with that. But it is going to be 2 minutes, and I believe that was a slash. I didn't see it officially, did you?
Yeah, it was either a slash or the hook. The stick got up and around the hands, kind of made it hard for the Red Devils player to play the puck. So it's
and that means Lewis is off for 2 minutes. The Red Devils really looking to take advantage of this, as there's 1:38 on the clock in the second period. So if they don't score, obviously it rolls over, but they've got about 98 seconds to put the pedal down and give it the jandle, as they say, and see what they can come up with here to try to get a second goal or a third goal and a 2-goal lead back. The Red Devils holding on to it. Thunder being careful not to come out too far. In front to Carey. Carey gets it ripped off his stick, and it's going to go back to Reason. They have to reset. Lang's going to collect this one. Audison Hyde just giving a little bit of a high forecheck here. Once again, killing some time and giving Tappan a hard time here, as Lang's going to come away with it. He passes it forward. That goes up to Malinsky. Malinsky gaining the zone, sitting on it for a moment. He's got 2 guys. That goes out to the point. Carey sends it back to Malinsky. Malinsky again cycles at the point, looking for somebody, drops it to Lang. Lang back to Malinsky up the middle. He passes it to Carey, and he can't find the last toe in the tick and the tack. And play continues into that corner. and the Thunder get it all the way out. Phoenix Thunder doing a very impressive job tonight with just killing time when they need to. Up to Orr. Orr's got it 1-on-2. He takes a shot. Moore doesn't see it right away. Comes off his shoulder or his glove. Drops right in front of him, and he puts the glove on it and stops play.
That was the closest that the Red Devils have been in a power play tonight, maybe. Or the first one, they had a couple of chances.
Yeah.
But of the second two, that was as close as they get, and that was just a mediocre shot from Orr at the top of the circles.
39 seconds to go in the power play. Nichols with it. He passes it to the side to Eden. Eden's going to sit on it. Back to Nichols. Low shot. No, actually it kind of rose on him. We hit the glass first. That's not his normal. Takes a ricochet to Orr. That stays in. Nichols doing a good job of holding on to it, but that is going to end the second period as time runs out and no goals scored in this what has been just a very high-tempo second period, high-tempo game.
Oh, it's been a great game.
It's been very enjoyable.
It's great because, like, you can sit here as a fan and watch it as well as talk about it, and I'm really enjoying it.
Good.
And I'm enjoying it from both sides. Like, Canterbury's really bringing it to the Thunder. Thunder are bringing it straight back. There's one goal in it, which means it's anyone's game.
Yeah, interestingly, watching Justin NZIHL go off, he still can't put any weight on that leg, so they helped him skate to the corner there. I don't think he's going to take any further part in today's action. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out. You're right, it has been a very even matchup tonight. Phoenix Thunder, well known around the league for annoying teams one game in their series. This seems to be that game.
Yes.
They've managed to get good play and enough to where they've taken a win off the Swarm, taken a win off the Admirals,
yes.
And they are close to, they're a goal behind here, but they're in a good spot this afternoon.
That's the thing. It only takes one goal, and then it's back where it all started, even. So.
Yeah. And it'll be 22 seconds that carries over on that penalty against Jack Lewis. What do we see here? I just have to know. I mean, I see sleds, I see rope, I see buckets, trash buckets, I think. I see barriers. I have a feeling that somebody's going to go flying across the ice here.
Okay, so we have is the slingshot.
That makes a lot of sense.
So it's a human slingshot, I guess. Human ice slingshot. So we throw people in a sled, pull them back on the big rubber band, and let them go. And
I assume that's a target out there. They have to knock those things aside. Maybe.
Yes.
Is that optional?
Yeah. That's the guy. I guess they're trying to knock down as many bins as they can. So we have Maddie, Ollie, and Koozie?
Yeah. Koozie, Cuzzy, whatever.
Yeah. Getting amongst it today, so.
Well, this will definitely be interesting because, like a lot of things around here, it looks tenuous but entertaining. And there he goes. And
all of the buckets are over. Well, one got moved but didn't fall over.
You know, it's always the 10-pin, you know?
Yeah. Usually we can kind of get a bit more pull on it. Back as far as you can. Sometimes we have 3 people holding it back.
That is...
just to get that bit of extra whip to it.
That sounds frightening, actually.
So if you do it on a fresh groom as well, you go flying into the other end. Well, he went faster, but he only got one bin. But he made it all the way to the pads at the end, so well done.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the other game is going. I know right now it is 2-1 to the Admirals. That's not good news for either of these teams. It was 2-0 earlier, but they've gotten one back. It's a rare day when you're sitting here at the bottom and rooting for the Stampede, but it does work out that way at this particular junction. So Unfortunately, if the like we said before, if the Admirals do catch any type of points today, that ends the possibility of playoffs for the Thunder. But who cares when you're actually chucking people at trash cans? And
yeah,
I mean, that's I'm not sure that was the best one. I think the first one was pretty good, I gotta say.
The first one definitely got the most spins. The middle one
got the most speed.
He had the most speed. He got all the way to the end.
There you go.
Hey, look, I just got a wee message. We are just currently dealing with Wi-Fi problems.
Wi-Fi?
Here in the building. So it has been interfering with the live stream at home. So we are terribly sorry about that. And I believe we are sorting it. Yes. So, yeah, I think the only real way that we can sort it is if we put a shout out to everyone in the building and say, get off the Wi-Fi.
That's right. Well, it's...
Unfortunately, everyone in the building's watching the game live and not at home on the live stream.
Yeah, so. Well, we're... interestingly, for those of you that haven't seen this setup, the scaffolding, which is 2 stories, is actually right in the middle of the curling rink. So the scaffolding is on ice, which means that there's not exactly an Ethernet cable just sitting around over here. We are off on our own.
Yes, we are. We've got one extension cord that comes over to power the whole thing, and then it's just a whole lot of fun.
A whole lot of hope, and we do pretty good, I guess, all things considered. So there you go.
All right, we'll call it a period, and we got about 11 and a half minutes until the next one.
Well, there's only going to be one more tonight, hopefully, unless we get extra bonus time, and that's a distinct possibility. So we'll see you back here in about 10 minutes.
Definitely close enough for a bit of overtime if it goes that way.
Yeah. All righty, we'll catch you guys in a little bit. Connor, are we good? From the other side of things, 2-1 the score for the Admirals. And, the linesman having a good old time over there, I guess. Didn't see
obviously
what that was about.
The pies were warm in the room in between periods, and they're full bellies and happy.
Yeah, they are quite happy. This is good. I mean, a jovial zebra crew means it should be a good third period. But anyway, the point here is it's a tight one. The adjustments were made in the second period. I actually expect a lot of adjustments were made after the second period. So we're going to get underway with third period action here in Dunedin, with Lang to take this face-off against Jackson Flight. Remember, there's 22 seconds on the power play for the Red Devils as Lewis is in the penalty box. And they'll try to get one more opportunity here as they come out. Lang quickly through on the right side, sends a shot low, but it's well off target. Sent around back to Lang. Lang to Malinsky. Time's up on the penalty. Back to 5-on-5. That shot goes well left of Moore. And that stays in as Jacob Carey knocks that into the corner. Lang fighting off Wanfer. And that gets cycled around. That was a pass by Malinsky going a little bit long. He's going to get it back here. As Bull comes off the ice, they get a couple of changes. Jacob Carey with it as he gains the zone. Looks for a pass. That gets knocked off his stick. And Otis with it. Gains the zone, looking for Gregory. He can't get that pass into the crease. A late pass, that goes hopping over a stick of Paris Hyde. And the Thunder continue with their offense here, but as Josh Lowe skating it around behind Reason, trying to get it out, but a weak pass gets intercepted by Gregory. Just a backhander, and the 2-on-1 behind the net. Reason in a good position and needed to be, and Orr with a flip out to Pospisil. Wasn't able to play that, and that's going to go for icing. Wanfer there to get there before Pospisil.
Yeah, fresh sheet of ice. The puck flies and slides a whole lot faster, so a bit easier to get the icings.
It is indeed, and the mouthpiece coming up. That's the worst part of the linesman job, keeping things clean out there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I see Noah Gregory is waving at the linesman. wanting that back, give it a wee wash and pop it back in there.
Yeah, nasty. Ferris Hyde with the face-off here, but he loses that one, goes back to Lowe, out to Josh Lowe, and that is knocked behind. Mason Reese could collect that one. Skating hard around, but cut off, and Pospisil never sees it, goes behind Lowe, and a couple of opportunities, just not able to pull the trigger for the Thunder. That goes out to number 18. Didn't get a name on that. I think that's Max Gregory. Max Gregory, interesting. We'll talk about that in a bit, but Eden sees that puck goes behind his skates as he comes in the zone. And Hyde not able to get that back into neutral. Gregory with it. Thunder trying to get that out. Phoenix Thunder looking for that long pass. Ian Ottis with it, takes a shot. Reason covers up the 5-hole. Nichols passes that around, but that's turned over quickly to Luke Talon. Can't do anything with it. Goes out to the point. Wanfer with it. He's going to send it low. Got back to Wanfer as he walks this in. Trying to get some sort of a shot in front in traffic, but the Thunder just holding on to the puck. That's turned over for a split second. Goes out to neutral, and Dallimore forechecking as the rest of the Red Devils get off. Thunder looking to set up their offense here. Wanfer with it. Thunder holding on to it. Wanfer. Long pass forward. That's deflected away. That was Steitley looking for it, but Dallimore's going to end up with it. He gets it picked off his stick. 3 players back. Wanfer ends up with it. Passes it and gets it back. And Wanfer to set up the offense for the Thunder again. Steitley. Now the Phoenix Thunder having a hard time getting the puck out of their zone. Kind of turning the playbook around on them a little bit here. That pass goes forward, and Sean Brown not going to get the icing on this one, even though he's there first. They called that off. And the Thunder, a couple of good stick moves, trying to get something going here. Allen holding on to the puck, but he just couldn't get that to any of his friends. His mates looking around, Darling throwing it in. Through the crease. Lilly, the goal scorer from earlier. And then another shot from the exact same spot. I guess they're going, trying to go twice lucky with Morgan Blair at that same exact point, but glove save.
Yeah, hey, look, it worked in the first period. We like things that work.
That's been the theme of this game, is keep doing the things that have worked early.
Yeah.
I think might come down to the first team that adjusts. But nonetheless, the Red Devils get that face off. Malinsky's got the puck. He's going to skate it, going out through the middle of the defensive zone, looking for a long pass. Instead of a long pass, he actually shoots it from a ways off, and he's going to get an icing, obviously, from there because that was just off target. Moore letting it go. I think he was just trying to get Moore caught off guard.
Yeah, maybe catch him sleeping there.
Not necessarily to score, but to just chuck it up against him and then go chase in after it.
Yeah, because if he's not expecting it, the rebound's probably going to pop back out.
And Lang winning that faceoff for the Red Devils. Hopkins trying to get that around, and he does. Off the tap in. And that goes up to Carey. Carey leaves it for Lang. Lang gets it knocked off his stick, and it's going to be a 2-on. No, it's not a 2-on-2. Malinsky passing it up to Carey. Carey with it tape to tape. Carey knocked off that stick, off the puck for a moment, and Lang driven into the corner. And Carey gingerly putting a shoulder check in to make sure that he stays on from going afoul of the referee looking right at him as Wanfer was taken off the play, but that puck goes all the way back to Moore. Moore collects it, puts it behind. Bad pass in front. Malinsky with a quick shot. That's kicked aside. Moore was up for that one, but that was a deep turnover for the Thunder. Another pass through the crease. That's going to go out to Reese. Reese is going to hold it on the other side now, pass it around. He gets that over to Lang. Wilson trying to do something with a shot. Moore rebound. Knocked back to the point. Good defense by Jackson Flight there. And Lang holding on to it. Lang gets stripped. 3-on-2 coming up here for the Thunder. They pass that forward. Goes up to Ellis. Ellis goes into the corner, but good defense holding him away from the puck by Lowe. And that comes right back out. Malinsky passing it to Eden. Eden leaving it behind for Orr. Up to Eden. Shot. And that puck never really gets on to Moore as it slides through the crease. The Thunder are going to turn this around 2-on-2. That was a shot by Talon as Ellis collects. And then now to Dan Nichols. Nichols tries to pass it out. He does get it to neutral eventually. Pass by Brown up to Orr, but Orr can't pull the trigger as that defense was there for the Phoenix Thunder. And Pospisil collects it at neutral for the Devils, out to Nichols, up to Eden, back to Nichols. Brown up to Orr, but that gets turned around. Back to Orr, he takes it in the zone. Looks for a pass, waits. Trying to get it to Pospisil, but he's double teamed. That's chopped down in neutral, but Thunder continue. Audis with it up the left. Looking for a pass, but that goes into the corner. Going around to Hyde. To Audis. Audis would kind of sling around there, Hyde with just a low shot, but it was not on target, but it was dangerous. Wanfer. And that was flipped in on Reason, looking for a bit of a rebound, but Reason jumps on that as soon as he deflects it and gets a stop in play with 15:35 to go here in the third.
Yeah, Thunder need a wee bit more of that because the first 5 minutes of that period looked to be all Red Devils, to be honest. There's a lot of zone time to our right and not much to our left. So the Thunder are wanting to probably establish a wee bit more and that offensive zone time.
Yep, and a delay of game warning against the Phoenix Thunder as that took a little bit too long for the line change. That puck's knocked aside. Going to be a 3-on-2, and it tried to get it to Dallimore, but it goes through his legs there, and we'll see if it stays with the Red Devils. It does not. The Thunder get a 2-on-2 break here. Stitley asking for it from Talon. Talon pinned in the corner there right at the Zamboni door. And a couple of players chunking away at it. Tapping gets a hold of it. He's going to skate it out, gets that pass up to Hodge. Hodge with a no-look, but it goes off his stick. He can't really do anything with it. Dumps it in, and that is icing. That was just dumped in from the wrong position in that case, and stop in play as the Red Devils don't get to change there.
No,
I just saw Hodge go off. I'm a little confused by this.
Game misconduct? I mean...
yeah, what's that? Sorry?
Misconduct.
Yeah, it was a misconduct.
Sorry, not game misconduct, but
no.
Misconduct.
Yeah, so that's going to be Lachlan Hodge in the penalty box, apparently. Can't quite see it. Yes, it is. 2 minutes for saying the wrong thing, apparently. And that is kicked aside by Reason as the Thunder get going on this power play to try and tie the game up.
Power play brought to you by Swift Contracting.
Ellis with it. Passes out to point to Wanfer. Back to Ellis. He's going to walk it in. Takes a shot wildly into the corner. Stays in the zone. The Thunder continue with it. Darling passes it across the blue line. Goes out to Ellis. Ellis can't control it cleanly. Goes into the corner, and Tappan has it. Tappan's going to clear it high. Goes out like a wounded 7-iron and gets to Tristan Darling as everybody changes for the Devils here. Hyde with it. Hyde skating in, getting some speed, but he loses the puck off his stick. Going to go over to Lilly, and that gets passed back out for the Red Devils. An opportunity here for Malinsky. Malinsky holding, leaves it for Lang. Lang holds on to it. Skating, killing time, pass across the ice. Reese can't do anything with it. It goes into the body of one of the players there, and that does get turned over. Malinsky with an excellent forecheck there, killing a lot of time. We are down to 37 seconds on the power play. Wanfer with it. Low goes down. In front. Dangerous shot by Hyde. Reason got a hold of it. It got behind him. Wanford passing behind again, a same opportunity, and that goes just by. Reason getting just enough of it. It was on target. Wanford with a shot, and Reason had to think about that when it was in his glove, and he had it pinned against his chest, but he looked behind him.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm just going to talk. The Thunder power play there.
Yeah.
They had 3D out there. It was something I haven't, one of their power plays, I haven't seen that combination before. They had Charlie Lilly obviously scored the goal. Well, no, he set the goal up in the first period. But
and they were very close to getting a second call on a delay of game there as Allen went out and came back off. They get away with that one as they close out the power play. 3 seconds to go. In front, shot, and that is knocked aside by Reason. And Hodge goes right back to the bench. Pospisil comes out, shot low, and on Reason, he gloves it and stops play to end the advantage for the Phoenix Thunder. That was, I guess you'd say that was just a nervous moment there for the Red Devils as they held on to the lead, but just barely.
Yeah, look, hey, that was the first power play that the Thunder have had, and I guess they had chances.
Pospisil to Eden. Pospisil gets it back, tries to get to Eden, but he gets that knocked away. And the Thunder try to break out, but they get the puck stolen from them. Now it's stolen away from Eden. And Thailand throws it in, but nothing doing for Steitley and crew as Eden holds on to the puck. Steitley with that forecheck, as well as Thailand. Thailand gets that into his gear there, but Eden's going to look for the long cross-ice pass to Pospisil. Pospisil touches it, but he can't hold on to it. And it's Wanford with it for the Thunder as they look to break out. Well, not much of a breakout. It's 1-on-3 at the moment, as they change up, but Wanford doing a lot of skating and doing a good job for the Thunder to get everybody out and fresh. He dumps it, stays out there strangely, and he looks for the pass to come back, but it's knocked aside. And Wanford with the puck on his stick again. Another pass goes awry. Dallimore can't do anything with it. Ellis with the turn. Gregory getting it to the other side. Back to Ellis. Ellis holds on to it, looks for the pass in front. Gregory with a shot. That opportunity goes right on by as he just could not get that on target. Ellis, long shot, stick to side into the corner. Out to Flight. Flight can't do anything with it. Nichols takes him off the puck. And that puck's going to go out to center. That is a complete miss by the referee there. That was a hook and that is going to be Samson Jansen Middleton, who had the shot, but he was upended. His skates were higher than his helmet.
Yeah, I really don't know what happened there.
Well, he was hooked by the guy's glove.
Yeah, it looked strange. Like there was no call on it, and you'd think,
oh, that's a holding call all day long.
Yeah,
it's that got away.
Yeah,
it really did.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Well, that one definitely breaks for the Thunder's advantage here, and the Thunder are going to get a face-off in their defensive end. Lang's going to take this one. Carey gets it out. Tappan with a low shot, hits the board. Malinsky trying to get that away from behind. Gets to Lang. Heavy shot, and that was close as Moore dumped that, and it looked like he was going to bounce on the inside of the post, but he grabs it just in time and gets a stop in play. And another face-off deep for the Thunder.
Yeah, the Red Devils have tried that, like that real sharp angle across the goal line, off the goalie and in kind of shot a couple of times, and Moore has been sealing off that post quite well. So
Hyde wins that one, gets thrown back in. Audis tries to get it past Hopkins, but Hopkins sends it back around, and Lang's going to get there on the other end, looking for a pass. He passes it towards Malinsky, but that gets interrupted. And that clearance comes right back to Lang. Lang gets a pass, shot, and Malinsky hits the glass first. That rolls around and goes to neutral. The Red Devils have to reset. Tap into Hopkins. Hopkins looking to get that up to Malinsky, but he was exposed, and Darling was there first, but he gets it up to Lang. Lang in front, a shot. Carey can't get that by Moore as he was kind of pinned into a half shot onto the right side, and Moore was in the right spot. Goes out to the point, long shot in, that goes behind, hits the board. Malinsky's gonna get there first, but it's Allen getting that for the Phoenix Thunder, knocking it back to neutral. Lewis skating around, holding on to it, and Hyde goes in offside, but he's gonna just go for the change anyways. The Thunder resetting their personnel, and the Red Devils looking to break out one more time. Jacob Carey with it, going through, getting the zone up the right side, looking to pass. It goes all the way across the ice. It stays in, and Mason Reese with that low-end play, keeping it in the offensive zone. Malinsky trying to get that puck out to somebody in front. Jacob Carey with the handle just for a moment, but he can't get the shot on target. 3-on-2, 4-on-2 opportunity breaking for the Thunder. Passed in front. Steitley can't get a hold of it. And the Red Devils recuperating here quickly. Eden with it on that line change. Back to Lowe, back to Eden. Eden 4-on-1 here. Eden decides to take it. He takes it himself. That's knocked away by Moore, goes behind. Another shot, a third shot, and that's knocked aside. Moore getting pelted here by Eden. And that puck goes back to Eden for a moment, but Chris Eden lets that go by, and Orr's got it as the Red Devils get set up again. Lowe takes it in the zone, gets it to Pospisil. Pospisil winds up, takes a shot. That rebounds just to the side, and the Red Devils are peppering Moore at the moment, but they just can't get anything behind him. Thunder breakout. Ellis gets it back from Gregory. Ellis looking for that slap pass in front, goes through the crease, but harmlessly into the corner. The Red Devils collect it again. Nichols with it in the near corner. Passes it out to neutral to nobody. Wanford's going to collect it, and the clock just keeps on going. Ellis with it. We're down to 5 minutes in this third period left, and the puck just stays in play here. Wanford with it for a moment. Nichols is going to skate it out. He gets it into neutral. He's skating hard. Takes a low shot, and that actually hits Moore's leg pad, goes straight out of play and gets a stop. That's a good play for Nichols to get a face-off in the offensive zone.
Yeah, wow. There's the time is slowly running out here. Well, quickly running out, actually. There hasn't been that many whistles in this third period, and Red Devils have adjusted, and they're bringing the heat. They're not giving the Thunder much.
Now this will be a set play here with Lang getting it back to Malinsky. Malinsky takes the shot. Lang couldn't jump out of the way. Jacob Carey with it. Carey looking to pass that. Shot in front. Another opportunity. Malinsky can't bang that one home, but the Red Devils hold on to the puck. Lang with it again. He gets hit hard in the board, but let's see. It might have been a helmet that came off from Malinsky, not sure. A stick on the ground and a stop in play. I really don't know what actually caused the stop, but I think it was player safety. And it's going to be, Morgan Blair is going off, but I think Morgan Blair is going to a penalty here.
So they're both, I think they've given by 2 minutes roughing.
Yeah.
There was a bit of, after Blair put the hit on, there was a push and shove back, and the ref said, nah, both of you, get off.
Yeah, Lang and Morgan Blair are going to serve 2 minutes here, and a timeout called. I believe it was by the Phoenix Thunder that called the timeout here.
Yes, yeah, Phoenix Thunder's got timeout, so give them 30 seconds to reset, come up with a bit of a plan on what they can do for the last 5 minutes. A wee bit of 4-on-4, it gives you a wee bit more ice, a wee bit more space. And
that's the one thing you guys don't need here is more ice. There's plenty of ice out here. It is an Olympic size 200 by 100. There's a lot of room out there, and it's been interesting seeing the Red Devils skate the first time on this big rink.
Yeah, well, hey, look, if we can, the Thunder tie it up, then we can watch some 3-on-3 hockey and some overtime. You want to see space, you go 3-on-3 in an Olympic size rink.
Absolutely. So it will be 4-on-4. So Brown, Nichols, Carey, and let's see who's on the other side of that. You've got Ellis, Hyde out there.
You got Jackson Flight.
And that goes out to neutral for the Red Devils. Brown gets it up to Carey, and Brown was the fourth person I was looking for. Carey getting by his man, trying to get a shot off. That goes in front. Shot, and off the post. Knocked aside. Brown continues with it. Looking behind, Malinsky to Brown. Brown to Nichols. That's going to get to the board first. Nichols collects, dumps it to Malinsky. Malinsky looking to go behind the net again. In front to Carey. Carey can't drive that one home as he beat his man, but they're going to have to get back as it's 3-on-2 for Wanfer. And Flight trying to get something across but can't do it, and that's going to turn back over to Carey from Malinsky. Back to Malinsky. Malinsky loses that off his stick. Flight's got it. Ellis is going to get it now for the Thunder. And Audis gets it back to Wanfer as the Thunder look to get set up here and get a couple of changes. That was almost intercepted by Eden. An offside arm went up for a moment and they thought better of it. But the Thunder continue with this offense. Hyde out there again. He holds on to it. Shot, that's blocker save. It wasn't on target. Knocked into the glass, into the corner. Brought out by Lowe. Josh Lowe driving it up the right side. He loses the puck. Turned away, Audis with it. It gets knocked aside. Hyde's going to chase this one down, but Reese is there. Reese holds on to the puck. He tries to get it into the corner, but he can't. Audis is there, and that gets knocked away. An opportunity here for Eden as he's streaking by, and his shot knocked aside by Moore. Into the corner, the Red Devils are going to change up here. Eden with the opportunity to put this one, almost put it away the way things have gone here. It's gone so defensive. That goes back to Lang. Lang skates through two players. Shot, and Moore holds on to it, getting a stop. A couple of great opportunities for the Red Devils, but so far Moore has been up to the challenge.
He has. After that 6-second goal, he's stopped everything that's come at him.
In a strange sort of way, that's almost hyper-focused in.
Moore has that in him. When he gets, I guess, a wee bit rattled like that, he really steps up and turns it on. So
Lang wins that face-off. It goes to Malinsky. Malinsky's brought down in defense, but Lang gets a hold of it. 1-on-3. They try to hit him. Flight holds up a little bit on him, and that puck goes out for the Phoenix Thunder. Wanford gains the zone with Ellis in front of him. He sweeps at it, but the puck bounced on him. Wanford still has it in the corner. Hopkins falls over on defense. A penalty coming up here. That's going to go against the Red Devils. I think it's going to be an interference call, and that's going to be a big one as we finish this game up here. Puck stopped, and we've got 1:45 on the board. And who's going to go off for this? I want to say it was, well, I'm going to hold off until I know.
While we're waiting to find that, something I should have said earlier. Everyone at home and everyone here, head along to the Phoenix Thunder Instagram to vote for your Kia Photos Player of the Day. I should have said that earlier, but you've got a wee bit of time here with the Red Devils calling a timeout. So
we do.
Get along there now and vote for your Player of the Day.
It was Malinsky going off, and that is going to bring us a barn burner of a finish here as we have I don't think it's we're pointing out that it was an empty net, but I think it's timeout. So we'll see if they go empty net right away. That is an interesting thing pointed out. Well done, Josh, on that one. Let's see if if Hydra says it yet. I'll try and get this refreshed. Has that penalty gone up? Malinsky went for hooking officially at it's 58-18. So minute 42 to go in regulation. The Thunder, since there's this will be interesting because since there's no icing, the Red Devils will be taking lots of shots on this 6-on-4 situation where the Thunder have pulled their goalie. They have indeed well brought out, and they have no reason to not just continually take empty net shots here, but they are down 2 skaters as the Thunder try to get the tying goal here. Wanford passing it into the corner into Ellis. Ellis looking at what he can do here. The box is really tight for the Red Devils. Lots of players. Audis with a shot and goal! That turnaround gets by Reason, and that ties it up. 2-2 the score. the Phoenix Thunder looking to get some bonus hockey here as Malinsky's minor penalty is paid off. And Reason gives up the first goal he's given up in quite some time. And that brings us right back to even, the Red Devils and Phoenix Thunder, 2-2. So what do we have? Officially, it is a minute 22 to go of regular old 5-on-5 hockey to decide whether or not we get to overtime here. Jamin, it's been a tight one.
It has. It's been quite a defensive game from both teams, I think. Both teams have stepped up defensively, and
yeah, that was a tough one for Reason to let go by because it just fluttered over his left shoulder, and there's just nothing he could do about it as that was just flipped as the puck again, looking to win the game. As the Thunder continue with the puck in the offensive end, Hyde passing it low. Reese trying to get it out, can't do that. Long shot in, that ends up in Reason's glove as that just fluttered through again. It was going to go over the crossbar, but he wanted to stop. So we have 45.2 seconds officially on the clock here, and another offensive opportunity for the Phoenix Thunder deep in the zone. And it's going to be a tight one here.
Yeah, they've got the taste for it. Both teams want it. Both teams are putting everything out there.
That face-off immediately goes into Reason's glove, and they're going to do it all over again. So the play clearly is Hyde trying to get this back and get a shot, and it's going to go to Wamfer. Out to Darling, long shot in, easily knocked aside here. Nichols looking for a call. That's turned over. Hyde with it in front. He got a kind of a gift there at the blue line, but the Red Devils are going to get this back out. Passed forward to Carey. Malinsky gets it up to Carey. Carey looking for help. That pass gets knocked aside and in the gear, but it's in front. Brown trying to do something with it. That's turned aside. And the Red Devils with it one more time. Malinsky up to Carey. 6 seconds to go here. And knocked down. That's behind Moore, and I think that's going to do it for regulation hockey.
Now we get to see that ice. We get to see the 3-on-3.
You did call it. You did call it,
Yeah,
Jamie.
well, what a game.
Yeah.
What a tight, contested game. Both ends of the ice.
And both teams will get a point out of this game, the third point up for debate from here on out. That does not help the standings as both clubs trying to claw their way up the standings, but either way, that's not ideal for either of them.
No, it's something that does that put the Thunder out?
Yeah, actually, I was trying to gently say that, but that does actually, because they didn't score there, that does officially put them in a situation where they cannot catch the third place position. So
then now motivation is to make sure Christchurch Canterbury Red Devils don't go to get to that third spot. That's, I guess, that's the only thing that they can.
They want to win a game. I know that's front and center for everybody here. But it's still been a very enjoyable game. If I'm going to drive down to Dunedin and see a hockey game, at least let's see something like this, right?
It has to be it's got to be one of the games of the season in the NZIHL. This year.
It's been a good one so far, and we have at least one more goal coming here some way, somehow, to sort this one out. And we'll pulling up the stats for it right now. This is it's still 2-1 over in West Auckland Sky City. So Queenstown game still 2-1 in that situation. So that's not going the way of either of these teams either. And the final goal, Ian Audis from Paris Hyde and Tristan Darling at 58-38, a power play goal. And officially, what do we have here for shots? 24 each. I think the local Scorekeepers are a little bit more aggressive when they call shots, but it's been a very even game, so I'm not surprised at all. The official one being 24-24. As tight as it gets, as it's been a tight checking, tight played game with very few mistakes, good goals. There hasn't been any fluky stuff, except maybe, the individual brilliance of Jacob Carey getting that goal. But, you can't, just because it happened quickly doesn't mean it was necessarily a poor play. He just had a breakout and knocked it home. And that's it's just been an excellent ice hockey game tonight. And we're going to see maybe 5 more minutes of it, 3-on-3. And, Jamie, any thoughts as far as the large ice specifically? We've been joking about it, but
the thing is, do you really train much 3-on-3? Do you really practice it much?
When you're a kid, you do.
Yeah. But you're going across the ice when you're a kid.
Yeah. This is the one where the lactic acid really hurts.
Yeah.
You're really going to be feeling it here. That's Tristan Darling jumping off the bench. And they're having a quick discussion. I actually wonder if they're going to talk about delay a game here, but I guess not. They're going to just drop the puck, and they do. We are underway in overtime here. Audis with it here in Dunedin. 3-on-3 hockey, of course. And I did learn last week, or a couple weeks ago, it's 5 penalty shootouts each. But anyway, Wanfer with it. Knocked aside by Reason. Eden can't get there. Audis is there first. And Reason holds on to it with a little poke and a shove by Hyde. And that's the first stop in play here in the overtime period. So just 24 seconds rolling off the clock. And quickly it is an opportunity for the Phoenix Thunder. It's going to be Flight, Gregory, and Darling out there. And Carey, Eden, and Brown for the Red Devils. Phoenix Thunder with it. Gregory loses that out to center. Brown's going to get there first. He holds on to it. Knocked aside. 5 of the players all in one spot there. And it goes back to Jackson Flight. He dumps it forward. Gets it up to Gregory. Gregory gains the zone, sits on it at the point, and waits for some help. Into Flight. And that's knocked aside. Reese with it. Passes it. Eden trying to hold off Flight. Back to Reese. Carey back to Reese again. That's given up at neutral. Malinsky's back out on the ice, and as they made a couple of changes, a shot comes in. That's kicked aside. Goes out to the side, and an attempt at a body check there just goes a little bit awry. You hear it skate kicking the board. Lang with a nifty move. He's 1-on-2, but he's looking for some help and holding up for Malinsky. Malinsky waits, passes it back to Lang, but that's set aside. Nobody knows where it went.
It's in his gear.
It's in his gear. Wow. That kind of reminds me of a tee shot I saw where an iron tee actually flipped back into the pocket of one of the players. That was amazing.
Wow.
But that was, not quite that scale, but still, it was, where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, yeah. Back pocket.
So the votes are in. The Kia Phoenix Thunder Player of the Day is James Moore. Well deserved.
Well deserved indeed.
He's absolutely standing on his head, and
Lang out of position there, gives it up to Gregory. Gregory on the break, looking for the pass. Shot, and Reason just blocking it to the side there with his blocker. Can't see it. That shot comes in and is knocked aside. And that gets put forward by Tappan up to Lang. Lang holds on to it. Good move between his legs. Skates around, gets it to Malinsky. Malinsky upended, back to a shot. That was Brown going just over the crossbar. Lang to Malinsky. Malinsky's stick lifted, or that game was over. It was that close. The Thunder with some good defense there. And as Malinsky goes off the ice, that's going to be Pospisil going out. Interrupts the shot. Reason knocking it aside. Brown still out there. He's going to skate this out for a moment. Pushes it forward, up to Orr. Orr back to Brown. Brown with a ripping shot, but that goes high. Pospisil holds on to it, gives it up, leaves it for Flight. Flight had no idea it was in his skates. Brown, bad pass up to Orr, but that's going to get away from him, and Pospisil's got it. That's turned over to Hyde. Hyde's going to have a shot, and he wins it!
Paris Hyde doing Paris Hyde moves.
That turnover in overtime leaves that puck right there for Paris Hyde, exactly where he needs it. Deke's reason gets him to move left to right and then just throws it in an empty net. Paris Hyde winning this one for the Dunedin Phoenix Thunder.
Wow, and there's smiles on everyone's dials wearing green tonight. The fans are cheering, everyone's clapping. What a way to finish, what a game.
And you were right about the 3-on-3, lots of space, but it doesn't matter how many guys you got out on the ice. You give up a turnover just like that, you can't do anything about it. And Reason just, he was in the right spot, but Paris with a fantastic deke.
Yeah, a nifty wee move by Paris. He actually had a lot of time to do it, and man, he's got hands, he's got speed, and he's definitely got the hockey IQ to know what to do in that moment. He's got the patience to pull a move off and finish the game.
Not only did he pull that move off, it was in slow motion, because once he got Reason to skate to the other pipe, when he did, he actually just literally passed it into the goal. It was amazing. Yeah. So fantastic goal by Hyde in overtime. So they will somewhat split the points 2-1, but that's going to end it for tonight's proceedings. The Red Devils holding a lead for 58.5 minutes, but giving it up and losing in overtime this afternoon to the Dunedin Phoenix Thunder. The Thunder getting that win and sending the home fans home happy.
Yes, hopefully they'll be all back here tomorrow night,
yep.
And everyone sitting at home watch tonight's game. There's plenty more action up tomorrow night. So
yes, see these two teams again tomorrow, 1 hour earlier. So if you're in the Dunedin area, please come out and support your team. Otherwise, we'll see you on the stream, like I said, exactly 1 hour earlier. My name's Matt Chavez. Thanks for joining us, Jamin.
Yeah, thank you. This is my last game of commentating for the season, so I will. I'll be back up the tower with some women's
NZIHL, yep.
Yep, that's the one. I will jump back up the tower in a couple of weeks' time, so make sure you tune in for that one, because that'll be some barn burners going on there for the finals.
All the playoffs, yep.
So it's a whole lot of hockey coming your way, but stay tuned for tomorrow night's game.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.